Well, oh, hello. I know, right? Who am I? Why am I here? Oh, yeah, that's right. Benny decided to take a week off and invited me to record this episode, so... What's up, everybody? Riley77 here from All Elite Gaming, and I'm taking over this episode of Emergency Rant.
This is Emergency Rant with Bezos Slice, your signal to vent, shout, and set it straight.
So in today's video, we're going to talk about 2026 so far, because we're already a month into 2026 already. Can you believe that? But there is so much good stuff that's coming out, I cannot wait for this year to continue on. We got so many great games that are coming out this year, and we got some great movies coming out too. Speaking of movies, we got the Mario Galaxy movie coming out in April, and oh man, just by seeing the trailer so far, I am super excited for this film. Recently, I picked up Rosalina's storybook, the actual storybook from the game. And let me tell you, if you played Mario Galaxy back then, pick that up. It is a definite recommendation. It is a great piece to have for a collection. And overall, if you really like Mario Galaxy, it's worth the $25 I paid for it. It's right now on a stand right now in my room, and I am always happy to see it. And yeah, the Mario Galaxy movie looks amazing. Brie Larson as Rosalina is a great choice. And even Bowser Jr. I think is going to be a great choice as well for the casting. I do think Chris Pratt's a little weird for Mario, but I actually didn't hate him as Mario, though. However, I do hope we get to see more screen time with Luigi in that film, because Luigi only got 6 minutes of screen time in the hour-and-a-half film for a Mario movie, when Luigi is supposed to be one of the main characters, and he only gets 6 minutes of screen time. And Charlie Day is one of the best actors that Hollywood can get, and he only gets 6 minutes of screen time. And Luigi is one of the most iconic Mario characters of all time. So why on earth do you only give him 6 minutes of screen time? But besides that, though, I love the Mario movie, and I cannot wait for the Mario Galaxy film. I really hope Luigi gets a lot more screen time in this one, and I really hope a lot of the characters just retain what they already had that was great from the first film, because everything was almost great with the Mario film, and I really hope we get a really good film out of this one coming up. Speaking of games we got coming up, though, one game I am super excited for that comes out in about a month is the new Resident Evil game. And man, I've been playing all the Resident Evil games last year, and this year I've been trying to play through almost every single mainline one, and Resident Evil is such a good series. I would say the only one that's kind of a miss, I'd say right now, is 6, and Resident Evil 3 Remake. I'd say the only two I would say you could probably skip and say, like, yeah, I mean, like, Resident Evil 3 Remake I don't think is bad, but they cut out so much content in that game, and it just overall made the game just not as fun to play compared to the original one, because the original one just has so much more content to it. And while I will say one thing that Resident Evil 3 Remake did great, though, Jill Valentine. Jill Valentine is one of the best protagonists I've ever seen in Resident Evil. I really liked how they made her act in the game. I think she was a really good protagonist for Resident Evil 3 Remake. I really like Jill Valentine. I just wish that there was a longer game, because while I do think sometimes some games overstay their welcome, like Resident Evil 4, for example, that was my one main complaint. It felt like the game just kind of dragged on because Ashley just kept on getting kidnapped at the end. But Resident Evil 3 Remake just kind of stopped randomly. I'm like, wait, that was the end of the game? So naturally, I'd say Resident Evil 3 Remake is probably one of the weaker ones. However, Resident Evil 6, I think, so far is probably the worst Resident Evil game. Not that it's bad, but I think having 4 storylines in that game is not something you really want to have, because all of them play differently, and you just kind of get 4 mediocre things instead of one really good fleshed out thing. The main thing I like about Resident Evil 6, though, is Leon Kennedy is a playable character in the game, and Leon is the best protagonist in Resident Evil, and don't argue with me, he's the best. But I really am excited for the new protagonist. I'm so happy Leon is back again from Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil 9 looks phenomenal, the graphics look phenomenal, the gameplay looks phenomenal. I am so excited for that game. It just looks amazing. I love Resident Evil 7, I love Resident Evil 8, I love Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5 was good, Resident Evil 2 Remake was awesome. Like, there's not really a bad Resident Evil game. There's just some that are kind of mediocre, but I wouldn't say there's a truly bad Resident Evil game. And I think Resident Evil 9 could be one of the best Resident Evil games coming up. We also just got Forza Horizon 6, and I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited for the game. However, I'm a little skeptical with the game because Horizon 5 at the same time really it didn't wow me as much as what Horizon 4 did. But the main thing that I will say Horizon 4 did so much better, though, I think it struck a good balance between being simple enough for anyone to pick up and play, while giving you a lot of stuff to do in the game. I felt like there were still some missing features that I wish that Horizon 3 and previous games had that Horizon 4 introduced. Horizon 4 just had, in my opinion, the best amount of content that didn't really feel overabundant or it was too confusing to understand. Horizon 5 had a big issue with that. And Horizon 5 also had quite a lot of glitches that overall needed to get patched, and I'll be honest, I'm really not a huge fan of Horizon 5's map. I think part of the reason why is because I like the season changes that Horizon 4 had, except for the winter. I hate playing winter time in Horizon 4, but at least you had that option in Horizon 4. Horizon 5, all of the seasons just don't feel any different to each other. Like, you can show me each of the seasons, unless you go into detail to why they're different, I would never understand the difference between the four. That's the main problem I have with Horizon 5. There's not really a whole lot of diversity with the seasons because they all just don't feel any different. But I will say though, Horizon 5 is still a great game. I think it has the best handling in the game. The physics feel the best in the game. It is a really good Horizon game. It doesn't do as much to really wow me as previous Forza Horizon games did. But Horizon 6 though still looks fantastic. If it ain't broke, no fix. You don't need to change up a whole lot. That makes Forza Horizon already great. I love all the Forza Horizon games, and I will definitely still be getting Forza Horizon 6. Yeah, we got Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream coming out soon as well. That comes out in the spring as well. Cannot wait for this new Tomodachi Life game. I absolutely love Tomodachi Life on the 3DS. It is my favorite 3DS game of all time, and it's up there in my top 10 for favorite games of all time. I have so many hours of in just Tomodachi Life. I've played many different islands now. I've got like my original 3DS one. I've got one for the PAL version, which has like different people on it. Then we got one for All Elite Gaming too, which is in the Discord server. We don't really play that one anymore, but back then we used to play that one a lot. We just got a lot. I just played so much hours of Tomodachi Life. I just love that game because it's just a fun little interactive game to just put whoever you want on an island and just see them interact. And the best part is the personalities, because you can really try to make your Mii characters act the way that the same person does if you try to give them the correct personality that they are. And I just really like Tomodachi Life. The one thing I am complaining about right now with Nintendo is we still have not gotten almost any information about this game. Like, Nintendo, the game comes out soon enough. Can we get some more information on how this game's going to work? Because we've barely seen anything about this game. And the game is going to come out soon enough, and we still don't know. I want to get hyped for this game, but you aren't hyping this game up enough to me, because I am really, really excited for this game. But you aren't giving us any information about this game. Now, one thing I'm excited for is the fact that this game is coming out on Switch 1. Thank God for that. I'm not buying a Switch 2 just to play Tomodachi Life. The Switch 2, which we can get into Switch 2 so far, the Switch 2 is going to flop. It's going to keep flopping. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I love, and listen, the Wii U is a great console, yes, but the Wii U is also a flop. We all know that. And I think the Switch 2 is not going to be as bad as a flop as the Wii U was, but have you seen anyone really buy a Switch 2 so far, or have you seen a Switch 2 yet, really? I think I've only seen like 2 people out in public actually playing a Switch 2 that they own. Because the Switch 2 is just useless right now. No one wants to buy a Switch 2 because there's no games coming out for it, or there's just not enough games out for it, or it's either in the third-party games. Like, yeah, they're fine, but you don't really get a whole lot with them. And the fact that almost all of the games we're getting right now is just DLC. Yeah, I just don't understand it, because you have to pay for all this, just to let you know. If you want to get the Switch 2 versions of games, you have to pay $20 for this, because you want to get, so you can get because you have to buy the DLC with it as well, so you can get the enhanced graphics. Why? Why? Nintendo, why? If you're gonna get, if that's for the DLC for that should just be DLC for both the Switch 1 and Switch 2. It should both be DLC, and the enhanced graphics should be free. Why on earth do we have to pay $20 to enhance graphics for a Switch 2 game? Why? It is a Switch 1 game. You are paying $90 if you want to get Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and the DLC if you're getting the Switch 2 version. Why? Why? But, yeah, no. I'm still going to get Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, but I'm getting it for the Switch 1. I'm not getting it for the Switch 2. The Switch 2, I can go on a huge rant on why I know it's going to be a flop, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there for now, so... there is one other game I am very excited for that is coming out this year, and it's going to be coming out later in the fall, but it's been delayed numerous times, so y'all know it. GTA 6. I'm going to talk about why that game's going to be coming out this year, what I'm excited for about it, but that's going to come up right after this. And welcome back to the Emergency Rant podcast with Riley77 edition. So, everyone's been talking about this game for years upon years on end. GTA 6. So, everyone's always talking about the game's never going to come out. You can just keep the game at this point. First of all, stop saying just keep the game at this point. Because you want to know why? Because if the game does come out, or when pre-orders do go up, you want to know who's going to be buying it? The same people that are saying that. You are excited for GTA 6, even when you think you're not. I am excited for GTA 6. I have been excited for GTA 6 no matter what. And I am optimistic this time that GTA 6 is going to come out November 19th. And here's why. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 both experienced these same things. They have had delays before. They were going to be released a year prior to when they were originally supposed to come out. That's going to happen with GTA 6. So Rockstar has been known for doing this already. And it's probably going to happen again. And it's already happened again. And I think this time, November 19th, GTA 6 will come out. I mean, they're already putting out demos for this game. They had a guy who has a sickness. He was able to get early access to be able to play GTA 6. So, in my opinion, I think the game is almost ready. They're more just polishing things up and just adding in, making sure every mission is all set to good and go. This is because they don't want to have another Cyberpunk incident. They want to make sure this game is perfect. Because if you release a buggy mess like Cyberpunk 2077 was originally, the reputation for the game is going to die. Because nobody's going to want to buy Cyberpunk. Like, Cyberpunk 2077, despite it being a great game nowadays, flopped hard at the start because it was such a buggy mess, and since so many people heard about it being a buggy mess, they didn't want to buy the game because they were worried they weren't going to have a good experience with it either because of how much of a buggy mess the game was. Now, listen, I get it. I understand that some people are probably going to be doubters and say GTA 6 doesn't come out because they know they don't want to get their hopes up saying that GTA 6 isn't going to come out this year because they just don't want to kill their hype for the game. But I'm still excited for the game no matter what. I still rewatch both trailers constantly to get myself excited and to just remind myself what is coming up soon. What am I going to be excited for this year? GTA 6 is one of those things I am so excited for this year. The story is probably going to be great with Jason Lucia. We get to have our first ever female protagonist in GTA 6. I am very excited for that. 700 enterable buildings right now. Are you kidding me? That is 7 times the amount than what GTA 5 had. Like, holy moly. And they're just incorporating almost everything that was from all previous GTA games, and they're putting this all in one package. Because it feels like a mix between GTA San Andreas, GTA 4, and GTA 5. All in one package. And the map is probably going to be beautiful. The graphics have just... I'm still shocked of how good GTA 6 is going to look. This game is pushing every boundary they can to make sure this game looks as beautiful and as graphically capable as possible. Because that's one of my biggest problems I've had with video games. It feels like a lot of the games nowadays just don't push to what the power is because they want to release it on the lesser hardware back then. Because for the longest time when the PS5 and Xbox Series X has been out, they've still been releasing games for both the Xbox One and PS4. And listen, I get it. Not everyone can afford these consoles. But it's getting to the point where, do we really even need to make these games anymore? If we really want to try to be advanced, we need to start pushing out to get people to get these consoles because we need to have the better processing power, and we want to make sure these games look as beautiful as possible instead of cutting costs costs or cutting down graphics or cutting down stuff to make sure it can fit on an Xbox One and PS4. And that's one of the things I'm very excited about for GTA 6. GTA 6 is going to be amazing. I don't know if it'll be the #1 best GTA game. I absolutely love GTA 4 so far. I've been replaying, well, not really replaying it. I never really finished the game before, but I've been getting back into GTA 4 again because it's one of my games on the tails of the backlog. I'm trying to play through these games right now because I want to play through a lot of the GTA games before GTA 6 comes out. And I've really enjoyed GTA 4 so far. I like the fact there's a lot more interval buildings, and I love the ragdoll physics in that game. I really hope we get something like that in GTA 6 as well, because there's a lot of fun to be had with GTA 6. If we get a lot of these things that are from previous games, and we can put it all in this one package, while also putting in so much stuff from Red Dead Redemption 2. Because Red Dead Redemption 2, people have, like, actual lives. Like, people will remember if you kill somebody in the game. Like, I really hope we get something like that in GTA 6. So, that is my wish list for GTA 6, pretty much. And, again, also, GTA 6 needs a great soundtrack. And so far, for every single song that has been in both GTA 6 trailers have been fire. I absolutely love the soundtrack. I've listened to that Tom Petty song, Love is a Long Road, so many times. Because it's a great song, and I actually really like Tom Petty. I think he's a great artist, and we miss him dearly. Rest in peace. And then we had Everybody Have Fun Tonight, Wang Chung, and Hot Together. 3 bangers right there. I can tell this soundtrack is going to be amazing. And GTA 5 had a banger soundtrack, and I also love San Andreas's and Vice City's soundtrack a lot. I think 4 is kind of a miss when it comes to the soundtrack. I'm not really a huge fan of that one personally, but GTA 6, I guarantee, is going to be amazing. And guys, quit trying to not hype yourself up for this game, okay? Please still keep the hype in you for this game. This game is going to be incredible. This game deserves all the hype it gets, no matter how many times you might think it's going to get delayed. Still, it will come out eventually. I guarantee it. So, that's about it for this episode of Emergency Rant, Riley77 edition. Yeah, this is Riley77 saying goodbye, and I'm signing off for now. Peace.